everyone, it's Sarah Berry here. I've not been here for a couple of weeks and I've forgotten what prize I said I would give for those of you that shared my video, so I'm going to have to look back on the video from 2 weeks ago and find out what it was. But the person that was selected to win the prize, I'm not sure if I said what prize it was. I think that's why I can't remember. But it was Sue Stewart was picked out for sharing the video. Sit down, I think. So well done, Sue. I will look back on the video and see if I did say what I was sending you. So well done, Sue. Look back on the... I can hear myself. Okay. So yes, well done, Sue. I will, as I said, I've just said, I'll look on the video from 2 weeks ago and see what if I actually selected a prize or I was going to pick one from random. The prize this time is the Comfort and Hope stamp set. So if you share my video, it really does help my views and my business, and I do appreciate you doing that. So I will choose one person and tell you who's won next Friday. So this is the lovely stamp set. It's got some really nice greetings in here. Okay, so today I'm going to focus on the Snowman Season stamp set. Now this isn't a new one. We have had it in our catalogue a couple of years. It's not in the August-December catalogue. It's in our annual catalogue. The other item that goes with this is the Snowman Builder Punch. This snowman here coordinates with this punch and his hat and his arms as well. So I've got 3 projects today. Oh, thanks, Jane. Maybe I should mention, yeah, I hit my 300,000 sales milestone just yesterday, and I have a prize for the person that placed her order and just tipped me over that that amount. And this was the prize. This is the adhesive bag, and inside here we've got a Tombow, mini glue dots, the seal, Stampin' seal, and a couple of the dimensionals, the minis and the normal, and then a fine tip glue. So this is worth about £31. So Jane Dukes will get this. I've not actually told Jane yet. I was going to email her this afternoon. So yes, thank you to everyone that's helped me get to that point. And here's to the next, well, 100,000. It's going to take me a while, but I'll get there eventually. These adhesive bags, I do have these for sale. They are £28 if anybody would like them. Okay, so let's get started on our first project. So this is just a really simple tag. And the main colour in the background here is Seaside Spray. And then we've got some pattern paper from the Feels Like Frost Design Series paper. And this is that beautiful paper. It's a 6x6 inch pack, or 15 centimetres by 15 centimetres. One side is all silver foil. Not necessarily all Christmassy patterns either, but you can use them for Christmas. And then the other side is images, photographs of landscapes and berries and icicles on plants and things. They're really, really pretty. in a very silver and purple and blue colour palette. So this is what we're using today. You will recognise this if you've been shopping with me for the past year, because this paper was in our catalogue last year and then they brought it back because everybody just loved it and it sold. It flew off the shelves in the warehouse. So I just keep all of my pattern paper in one of these. So I've got all my bits. If you do place an order before midnight on Monday, I will send you the make and take packs. Here's the first one for this tag. They're all pre-cut and die cut. You just need to add a stamp set. You've got the thread and the bits that you need, and also there are some little snowflakes in here. So this is the pack for the first one, and you will get a pack for the second card and the third project too, if you were to place an order before Monday at midnight. To let me know that you want these packs in your order, there is a host code, and I can't remember what it was. It was starts with N, and it's in the description. Let me just see if I can find it. I can't do it on here. Yeah, it's in the description, so I'll post that in a little bit. Okay, so I'll get my bits. Okay, so this is the Delightful Tag Topper Punch, and this is what creates this beautiful gift tag shape at the top. You don't need to hang at that or use a hole punch, it does it for you all in one. So my measurement for this is in inches. This groove in this punch from the widest points here is 2 inches, and then it just goes in by 1/2 inch. So you've got 2 inches, 1.5 inches, and then 1 inch slot there. So you don't just have to do wide gift tags like that. So I'm going to cut the width first. So that's 2, and then it's 4.5 inches long, and as you can see, that just slides in that groove. You push it all the way till it stops, and if you just turn the punch over, you can see that you do get to the end there. You can't go any further, and then that's ready to cut out. It will reduce the length of your tag ever so slightly because we're making this lovely detailed top. Okay, so now we need some pattern paper, and I'd like you to choose the pattern paper. So I'm just going to lay some down. So we'll have a vote for snowflakes, and we'll say stripes, snowflakes, stripes, or snow. So you choose, let me know which one you would like me to use. So we've got snowflakes, stripes, or snow. Look at that shine, it's amazing. Let me know which one you think. I'll just wait for the comments to come up. Oh, hi Karen, hi Chris, hi Susie. Any votes for these? Can't see your... Oh, Maureen. Right, Maureen, you're first. Snow, we're doing snow. So this one, again, is 2 inches wide. Oh, you're all saying snow. 2 inches by 4. And again, it just goes in the slot there. And then you can just turn it over and check. You're right up to the top. And then you punch it out. So for this tag, I've just taken a bit of the white twine and I've worked out that it was actually 30 centimetres. Oh, hi Sue. Oh, Sue, you might want to watch this video back, just the beginning. Obviously when I finished, because there's something you might want to see on there. Okay, that's the tag. Obviously I've just used a simple twine, but you can use a nice thick shiny ribbon also. So that's the tag done, and I quite like that we've got the 2 layers and it's just swinging around like that. And then when you flip it over, you've got that other beautiful pattern which goes with this Seaside Spray colour really well actually. So we're going to do some stamping, and in the stamp set is this little cluster of snowflakes, and I'm just going to stamp that in black. And I just go all over the bottom. I didn't want to go too high because we want to write a message on here. There we go. And then there is also a to and from, so that's perfect for our tags. You can stamp them separately if you want a bit more space because they are quite close together, but it's good spacing for a tag. And then that's the inside. So when you fold this down, all you see is this this snow at the bottom, and then it swings open. So next I've got an oval, and I've already die cut that, so it's this one. That's the second smallest oval from the Stitch Shapes dies. And the little snowman is this one. And again, that is stamped with Memento because I really want him to stand out. And we're using some blends to colour him in today. There we go. So I've grabbed some of our Stampin' Blends. I've got Seaside Spray, and that I've just put down on the snow, on the floor, on the ground. And then I've got Smoky Slate, and I've just gone over like the very top of the ground there. And then just around the edge of his face and the body, just under the buttons and the sides of the legs. And then a little bit of Flirty Flamingo to make cheeks, rosy cheeks. And then the last colour is Pumpkin Pie for his carrot nose. And then I will just go back in with the Seaside Spray and I will just go round the snowman's body. Just helps the image to pop out. There we go. Foam pads. Okay, so then I've got my dimensionals. Just need a couple on there. I'll just zoom out again. Oops. And that goes in the centre of the shiny foil layer. And then just to finish off, I'm going to add those adhesive backed snowflakes. And so this little snowman looks like he's just throwing up some snow into the air, so I thought we could add these little snowflakes just for a bit of sparkle. And there you go. There's the tag. So as you can see, using a different paper looks good too. And that one has got the blue on the back, and then this one I think is purple, yeah, more of a purple. So that's our first project. I hope you like that. Thank you. The second one, we're going to do a card. I just need these. Okay, so this is our card, and we're using the Snowman Builder Punch this time. Oh, thank you. I'm just going to put these away so I don't use them again. Don't need these. Oops. What have I forgotten? Oh, I just need to grab some card. Okay, so thank you. So I've chosen basic grey, which is our darkest grey, and not something that you would normally go for a Christmas card. But I quite like that it was a nice deep silver colour, because I tried it with one of the lighter greys that we've got, and it just sort of got a bit lost. So I like the dark grey. And then we've got a layer of Highland Heather, which is our purple. I've got my measurements here so I don't forget them. Okay, because the card base is centimetres, we are cutting our layers in centimetres. The last project was inches because I was, this width is inches, so I just stuck with the inches there. I feel like I've knocked the screen a little bit. So this Highland Heather is 9.5 centimetres wide, and it is 13.8 centimetres long. And then we've got this beautiful paper again. How have I put it? Do you know when you tidy up, you can't actually find anything? Okay, so this is just one packet of this pattern paper, and I've used so much of it, and I've still got loads left. Okay, so I'm going to choose a light, can you see what I mean by this? A light and a dark pattern. So I would call these dark because they're mostly silver, and then there are some in here which are like mostly white. So I'm just going to pick those. And what I mean by that is ever so slightly you can see this one's more white, this one's more white, and then this one in the middle is more silver. I did have the patterns which were more white, and then more silver, and it kind of didn't, the balance wasn't quite right. I hope that makes sense. And I know to a lot of you, you probably think that doesn't matter, it would have looked good, but I just have to have it balanced. So I'm going to do two of the more silver patterns and then one of the more white pattern this time. And then these are 9 centimetres wide by 4.3. So there's our first one. And then do that again, so 9 wide by 4.3. And then another one, 9 by 4.3. It's really beautiful paper, and I don't mind cutting into it. I love to just use beautiful paper and not have it sit on my shelf. Okay, so I've got my glue. This is our seal. And it comes in one of these bags, and you actually get a cap on the end, on the side, so it's completely removable. It's not like a flippy thing that gets in the way. You can use that when you're not using it, cover it up, or you can lose it like I've done on my others. And then when you want to refill, you just pull this apart. It will be a little bit stiff the first time you do it because it's not been opened before. And then the refills are just this section that sits inside, and you line up the two circles with the two crosses inside there. So you don't throw out this clear plastic when you go to refill it. Okay, so we'll go for the two dark silver ones first. You don't need a lot of pressure on that that seal. I find I get questions about how to use it, and I feel that people the feedback is that they're pushing too hard and therefore not letting the little wheel go round. Just need a really light pressure. So I've done the two on the ends first, so then I can get this one in the middle lined up with an even gap either side. There we go. And that goes straight onto the grey card. Can you see what I mean about that dark pattern and then the light pattern in the middle? Just when you move it around in the light, it kind of changes, and I just feel that this is nice and balanced with the way it changes in the light. It's really cool. Okay, so we're going to do the snowman, and I've already die cut the stitch circle. It's the biggest one in the pack, and you do get 4 different sizes. This is the smallest, and then this is the largest, so you can see you have the 2 that sit in between. So that's the small one, that's the big one. The greeting is "Let It Snow," and that fits quite nicely in the small circle, so I'm going to stamp that first. Like that. And then the snowman, I need some scrap. This is the, I don't stamp my snowman's body on the circle. I'm stamping it onto the, a bit of scrap white first. And just towards the bottom edge of this cardstock, because it goes into the punch. And you just slide it in like that, and you can see how it fits exactly. There we go. Now these little arms, if you do have some brown paper or pattern paper or cardstock, you can cut those out in brown and you can have twig arms. Same with the hat, you could just do a black hat on its own, and then you do get a little nose shape as well. So if you wanted to just use the punch on its own, or something perhaps you could do with your children or your grandchildren, and you just used cardstock and you didn't do any stamping, you could just use white, black for the hat, brown for the arms, and then a little bit of orange for the nose, and then you just build your snowman together like that. But if you do want to pair it up with a stamp set, you want to do all your stamping first, and then you can put them in the punch. So there is a separate stamp for the hat, which goes like that. And you can see that fits like that. I'm doing it with my left hand. Oh, there we go. I just put a bit of post-it note on the back there, just because my cardstock scrap wasn't quite long enough. Okay, so we've got his hat and his body, and we now need to stamp the arms. There are 2 arms, and they are going to go in the middle, like that. There we go. So that's it for our stamping. Now we can do some colouring in. And I tried to keep the amount of colours I used to a minimum, but it was quite difficult because in the hat there is actually some holly, so I had to also add in a green and a red. I'm still using the Seaside spray that I used on the tag, and for that I'm going to make it look like there's snow at the bottom or behind the snowman. And then I just, while that's still wet, I just go back on top of it with a little bit of the grey, so it looks a bit like a shadow. And then I just blend those two together. And that's that, that's the background. And then we have, oh, one more thing, you just need to get the brown. And because I stamped in black, I'm just going over in brown. You could stamp in brown. I just quite like that I can colour over it. Okay, now for the snowman. I'm just doing what I did before, so I'm just going around the face and over the eyes. And where there's shading within the stamp, where the artist has drawn some shading, I like to colour over that so it looks like it's, because the shading there indicates like a shadow under the neck of the snowman and under the body. So I just add a bit of colour to that, a little bit around the buttons, and then some down here, just to make it look a bit more 3D. We'll add some rosy cheeks with Flirty Flamingo. And then we'll have a pumpkin pie nose. And now the hat. I did want to colour the hat black, but then I was going to add another blend colour in. So I've gone with grey. Got a grey hat. Oh, thank you, Ali. And then red for the berries. And a bit of green for the leaves. And then there's like a stripe across his hat there. I've just coloured that in with the blue. The problem with these blends is that once you have one colour, you have to get another colour, and then you soon collect them all. So even though I've tried to keep these colours to a minimum, I'm pretty sure that most of you will have these colours anyway. Okay, then I need some foam pads. So I've just put 3 on the back of the snowman. And then you need to make sure he lines up nicely with his funny arms there. And then a foam pad goes on the back of the hat. And then the hat just, I kind of like to just sit it off so it looks a bit wonky rather than on the top of his head. Looks like it's falling off. And then one more thing. I just need to take that brown back and just colour a little line. Can you see that? Just to indicate that the arms are coming out of the snowman's body because they are behind the punch shape. So I just had that little bit of brown. Just hold that still so you can see just there and there. So there he is, our little snowman. He can go onto this card. And that goes in the middle. And then the Let It Snow, I've just popped on a foam pad. It down a funny angle there, and then some more of these amazing adhesive backed snowflakes. Just add 3 on so it looks like it's snowing. You do get 2 colours of these snowflakes. You get a whole sheet. You can see how many I've used there with the little circles. This is one colour, and then the other one is more, this is like iridescent, and the other one is still iridescent, but it's more solid and it's more pink. And this is more of a rainbow. And there you go. There's our little snowman card. I really like all the shine and the shimmer that you get. I would just add a white insert on here, and then I would add a strip of our of the coordinating pattern paper. So the reason for keeping all of these scraps is that I would just take some white, but make it, obviously it needs to be bigger, a bigger insert, and then I would just add a bit of pattern paper at the bottom, so when you open it you've got even more shine too. So that's our second card. Now we have another project which is a card we use as a Christmas card, but also for those of you that want to send gift cards this year. Perhaps we won't be seeing so many of our family and friends this year for Christmas, who knows. So maybe you'd like to send a Christmas gift that is a little bit more easier to send in the post. So I'm going to show you how to make a gift card holder that is still like a Christmas card. So it's like a two in one project. So I've changed the colours this time. I've gone away from the Feels Like Frost pattern paper and then the silver and purple and blue. I've gone for Old Olive and Real Red, and the pattern paper is in our August to December seasonal catalogue, and it is called Heartwarming Hugs. So it's very green and red, very traditional. We've got polka dots, we've got stripes, and we've got gingham and lots of other patterns, little diamonds. So you're really spoiled for choice, and if you like your traditional colours, this is great for you. So we'll start off with a full sheet of A4, and you want to cut this on your trimmer. Now normally I would cut this A4 in half along here, so then I have 2 cards, but this gift card holder takes up 1 sheet of A4, so you can only make one of these out of an A4 sheet. So you want to keep the height of your card the same. So I've just got my trimmer landscape so you can see, but you need to make sure it is 14.8 centimetres. We don't need this piece. Alright, so as you can see, that will be the same height as our normal cards, our what do we call them, C6 cards. And then you want to pop your card back into the trimmer, and then from one side you want to make sure we have the front flap, the front opening. So this is 10.5 centimetres. So you just want to, instead of cutting, we're scoring. So I've got my side up to 10.5 centimetres, and I've created one score line. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the cardstock across again, and I'm going to move it across by 2 centimetres. So that makes it 12.5 centimetres. Make another score line, and then I'm going to move it again, move it across again by 2 centimetres to 14.5, like that. So what we've got is the front of our card, and then we've got a 2 centimetre strip another 2 centimetre strip, and now I want to put this back in my trimmer and cut this. So this measurement from here to the edge is the same as this side. So we've got a 10.5, a 2, a 2, and a 10.5 centimetres. So I'm going to line this last score line we did up to 10.5 centimetres. It's quite hard to see when my head isn't over the top of it, so it's about there. And then cut that bit off. So what we've done is we've got our normal card, which would be here and here, our front and our back, but we've just added a strip in the middle. You will need a bone folder because we need to get these edges nice and crisp. So we want to fold, make sure everything's square. So that's one side. And do the other side. And then we've got our middle. So you want to fold that in half. So what we're creating is something like this. So we've got a M sort of shape. So we've got the front and middle and then the back. You see that? So we've just made our card a little bit, just added a bit of card inside here. So this is still the same, you'll find that this is still the same size. There we go. So that's the first bit, and once you've done that, that's the hardest bit. Okay, so the decoration we'll do first on the front of the card. I used the largest stitched square, and we're going to stamp the last snowman. Is it the last one? Yeah, this one. He's the tallest snowman in the it's a fun fold, simple fun fold. See, I hope I've made it look simple. So he will go nicely, really nicely actually, in this square. And we'll do some colouring. So just like before, I've just made him a little bit more red and green. So let's start with the ground. So just a bit of the seaside spray at the bottom to indicate a bit of snow. And then I just go over the top with a little bit of the smoky slate. And then again around the face, under the chin, around the side of the body, around the buttons. Just a little bit. Don't want to colour him too much because he'll just look like dirty snow, but I feel like it needs something, it needs some colour. Then what do? We do brown. So this is soft suede. Now I'm not saying whether it's light or dark because you can use either, it doesn't matter. And I'm not really tending to do like proper shading or anything. I'm literally just using them as if I'm colouring the picture in. We need a little bit of the flirty flamingo for his cheeks. And the hat and the scarf I've done in real red and old olive. There we go, that's that one. Little tassels on the scarf. Oh, and the pom-pom. Can't forget the pom-pom. There we go. Oh, and the tree. There's a little tree down here that needs a little bit of greenery. And lastly, he'll come to life when we colour in his carrot nose. Now on the last one I didn't do this, but I think I might have just forgotten to do it. I do like to just go around with this blue pen, or it could be like a pale pink or a very pale grey. It doesn't have to be blue. I just like to do it because it just makes it stand out, and it's very quick. And you can either do it around the snow from the stamp here. There we go. So that's our colouring. Now that gets mounted onto a piece of real red. Now I think we do have a die. There are some dies that coordinate with these stitch shapes. And I'm just putting it onto a piece of scrap red and getting this border even. Oh, I flipped your camera, sorry, that's my ceiling. There we go. I'd like to just get this border nice and even, and then just cut it out on my trimmer. There we go, so that's ready. And then that just gets put onto some foam pads. I'm just going to use this edge, because this is still foam pad around this edge, and it's actually quite good sometimes when you need a funny shape. Don't throw it away. There we go. And then I'm going to ask you again, what paper would you like me to use? Now, this paper is for the behind here. So it was somewhere. Oh, this one. That one. So what colour would you like me to use? I can do this stripe. I could use the green polka dots, or what else could we say? This one, or that one, like a, let's call that a flower one. The paper trimmer, that's our Stampin' Up paper trimmer. It's really easy. It's the best trimmer. So shall I use stripes, dots, or flowers? The first one to tell me, I will use that one. Ali, yeah! The stripe. Now, do I have the stripe going that way? Oh, I'm going to go that way. So this is the full width of our card, so it's 10.5 centimetres, and I think I did, yeah, 2 inches. I apologise, I mix up my inches and my centimetres, but 2 inches is 5 centimetres. So we'll glue this down. Now this is our front. It goes there. And then our little square is going to go there. But before we put that down, there is a stamp, which I've lost somewhere. Here it is. Merry Christmas. Nice big Merry Christmas in the stamp set. Just stick into black, and that will go at the bottom there, just underneath. I've kept the inside of this gift card holder very simple. I've not done anything. You can add pattern paper to coordinate. Depends how much time you want to put into the gift card holder. So I'm going to show you that now. So that's the front. Oh, we didn't do any gold gems. These are from the annual catalogue, and they were just, I've used them so much. There's hardly any left on this one. You get loads. You get, I think it's 4 different sizes. 1, 2, yeah. So I just like to put 3 different sizes on the card. This is a really tiny one. Where's it go? There. There. Okay, now we can do the inside. So when you open your gift card, with this strip, this V in the middle becomes, let's do that like that. This V becomes the place that holds the gift card. So we just glue it together. So we want to find the middle point to start with, and you can use a pen or a pencil. And it's just under 15 centimeters, so it's 7.5 centimeters for the middle. And then there's a punch. It's called the Classic Label, and it's a bit like the old word window punch we used to have, but instead of having curved sides, it's got these pointed sides. And you want to put your cardstock into the punch, so you go halfway. So as soon as you hit these points, you don't go any further, and then you can punch it out. So, and we're punching through the 2 layers of the card. So you want to fold your card right sides together. Then you can see your middle bit, and then push it into the punch up until you get to these points, so go halfway. And you also need to make sure you get it centered. That's if you want to get your gift card in the middle. If you want to put it a bit further down, you can do that, or a bit higher, that's okay too. But you can see that this is nice and snug, and this punch is the perfect size for a gift card. And this is just a plastic gift card. It's the same size as a debit card, credit card. And it doesn't wiggle, it's not going to fall out. And you do need to push it in, like force it in ever so slightly, but I like that you have to do that, because it's not, it's not going to fall out. So we've cut that middle piece, so we're left with that shape. And then you want to take, you can use your seal, or I like to use our Seal Plus, which is slightly stronger, or if you've got any red tape or strong double-sided tape, just put some on both sides and then across the top like that, so I know this is not going to come apart. Like that, can you see that? Ah, that's nice too. That's really nice. And then you just let those sit together like that. And then you just wiggle this gift card in between. Like I said, it just needs a little bit of encouragement, but it's nice and snug. Goes in there. And then you can decorate, so you can put an insert in this side and this side, write messages on both sides. You could just put a piece of, we could put pattern paper either side, cut it down so it matches. But yeah, that's our gift card holder. So that is our third and final project. and we're nearly at an hour now. So I'll just recap the projects that we've used, we made. So we first of all made this tag. If I can find it. There we go. So this is our tag for a present. And then we've used the Builder Punch for just a Christmas card with the same papers, the Feels Like Frost. And then I've gone on to make the gift card holder in a Christmas card with the different papers. These are the Heartwarming Hugs papers. All of the stitched dies that you see are from the Stitched Dies Framelits set. You get 4 ovals, 4 circles and 4 squares. So that's it. Thanks for joining me today. If you do share my video, I will choose one person at random next week, and the prize is this Comfort and Hope stamp set. So yeah, I did say who the winner was that was chosen today from 2 weeks ago at the start of this video. So when this live finishes, if you did share my video 2 weeks ago, pop back and see if it was your name, and then let me know that it's you, and I'll send you the gift. As I said, I can't remember if I chose a stamp set or I think it was blends, but it was 2 weeks ago and I can't remember. So I will double check, and if I didn't mention a prize, I will choose one. So I'll be back next Friday. I don't know what the date is next Friday. 21st, I think, 22nd. Same time, 1 o'clock. Thanks for all your comments, and thanks for spending some time with me today. Take care. Bye.